Hello, my Virgo friends. Welcome to your reading for December. All right, we had two come out. We have the Emperor in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. Let's see. We'll go for one to two more. Okay, we got the King of Pentacles. So, feels like big energy. I don't want to say heavy because sometimes that has like a negative connotation, but it certainly feels big. When you look at this combination, it's big players, big personality. Excuse me. So let's just start at the beginning. The Emperor in the reverse, it can be too much. It can be like domineering. It's a rigidity. Like you want to have total control, whether that's over a person or a situation. Control. That's the big word that's just flashing right in my brain right now. Paired with, and it flipped over the other, paired with the Hermit in reverse, that kind of points more toward being alone, and maybe in a more lonely and isolated way, where, when it's in the upright, it's more of like a happy, good thing that you're processing things or aligning and coming into your internal world. This is more alone when you don't necessarily want to be, or when it's maybe not the best thing for you. And that may be why you're feeling just this immense need for control. To the people around you, it feels like you're shutting them out, and maybe you have been really inflexible on your terms recently as far as what you expect from people and what you expect in your life right now, even if it's not even feasible, even if your expectations are just off the charts, kind of bonkers, not attainable for the people around you. So that it's like this self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You hold all these expectations and you want to be so domineering and in control of everything, so then people don't really want to be around you. But then you feel lonely, and you're in this space where you are alone, and you're trying to just navigate everything in that space. And then you go back into this controlling area where it's both sides are feeding each other, kind of a thing. I didn't do that cyclical thing very well. That looked really weird. But I think you know what I'm trying to say. It feels like this is really calling you out to maybe reassess where you've been recently. Not physically. I don't mean what city you've been in or the home that you've been occupying. I mean where you have been at on your emotional plane. What has been going on in your internal world that has been making you feel this way, that makes you really want to have such a strong sense of control, where you feel like You even have to control the people around you, and then why are you feeling lonely, right? We can be alone and enjoy our own company and not be lonely, but that's not the case here. It really does feel like that damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of a thing. You're alone and you're lonely, so then you try and be around people, but you're really domineering and controlling, and then no one wants to be around you, and to be fair, you're not really having a good time anyways, so then you just go and be alone again, but then you're lonely again, and you're isolated, and you just want that connection, and then you try and go out and connect, and see what I'm saying? It becomes this cycle where you're feeling stuck. But what's at the heart here? Like, what's the actual problem? I can't wait to ask that question in the extended. And if that sounds appealing to you, you can hop over to the Patreon reading. That's where I'll pull some more cards to see if we can get some answers there. What is the underlying issue here? Because you don't act this way. I should say most of you are not normally acting this way as a preset. So I think, like, I have this feeling that for most of you, this is a temporary condition that you're going through, and it is a direct result of another feeling that's kind of underlying all of it. Maybe you're frustrated with something in your life, and it could be totally unrelated here. It could be like your job or something that just feels so out of control. Or, speaking of out of control, sometimes a relationship that we're in, whether it be our romantic relationship or a friendship or something like that, where it feels like there's this distance, and then we take it out on everyone else around us. And then when we get alone, we don't really want to be alone, but like we can't really be with that person. So again, it's that cycle. But with these things on the surface, it feels like there's something else deeper that needs to be addressed. So mission number 1 is figuring out what that is. And for a good portion of you, just talking through this, you know what it is. It's just something that you probably haven't wanted to confront or didn't know how to confront. So it's time. It's time to figure that out, okay? Now, on the flip side, the King of Pentacles is a very secure presence. He's very much in his power. He knows who he is. He's confident in that. There is still an element of control there. So that part might be just a part of your personality. It might be a part of who you are. But there is a difference between the control that's present in the King of Pentacles in just keeping his ducks in a row and making sure that this happens like this and this happens like this. This is who I am and this is how I show up in the world. And then this kind of control where you're trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of every single detail for as many elements in your orbit as possible. And all that's going to do is drive you crazy. And everyone else that's in your orbit. Because you can't control them. I don't know if you know that. With where you're at right now. But you can't control that. So what is this showing me overall, though? It's showing me that, yes, you're going through this right now. And it's tough, but it's also, to a certain extent, self-imposed. So sit in your loneliness and sit in those feelings of discomfort to figure out what's underlying that, because you are going to come back into your power relatively soon. This is a reading for December, so if you're seeing this, around the time that I'm posting it, it feels like you are coming back into yourself and you're figuring this out pretty soon. It's not something that needs to drag on forever. I feel like you're going to work through it pretty well. And the holidays can help you here, right? Because we have a lot of opportunities for connection and engagement and being with other people. And I think that can help you so long as you can let go of that feeling that you need to control everything. If you can just step back, it might be super uncomfortable. You might be super itchy the first time or few times that you're trying this out. Go be in a social situation and just be as quiet as possible and observe. And just try to enjoy being around people and see, find as many things in the night that, or day or whatever, whenever you're hanging out with them, that you like about this person or people that you are interacting with. As many awesome things that you can point out that happen, or even just like the decor at whatever place you end up going to, if you're going to a place. But be in that energy of gratitude where you pick up the most positive things around you. I have no doubt that, you could probably find 100 by the end of the time being with them if you're truly in observation mode. Even only in a couple of hours. It's not hard if you're looking for it. But by looking for those things, you're not constantly obsessing about everything that you feel like needs to be controlled. So it's just a way of kind of rewiring your brain. So maybe, that might only be for a couple of people. But yeah, maybe it'll help. Let's pull an advice card. There it is. It kind of flew a little bit. That was cool. Right side up. For me, that goes right in between the two parts of this reading, because it's true. I feel like you will be finding yourself right side up again before too long. So I feel like this is really a card of encouragement to say, yes, you will get there and it will be soon. You don't have to tread through this for a lot longer. Maybe it feels like you've been doing it for an eternity, where you're exhausted from trying to keep all this control too, and from feeling alone. So, yeah, keep that in mind. I am looking forward to diving deeper into this extended reading. So if you're at all interested, find that over on the Patreon. The link will be down in the description here. And regardless whether I see you over there or not, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support. And if you found some nuggets of help, like, share, subscribe, do the things. I hope to read for you again soon. I love you lots. Bye.